Good evening again, wiffle ball fans, and welcome back to Pack Network's exclusive coverage of the 2020 Travis Roy Foundation Virtual Wiffle Ball Tournament. Second championship replay we're showing, and we're jumping ahead to 2017, and it's HOTDAM, based in Williston, Vermont, mostly, against the Jackhammers of Braintree, Mass. Two teams that are regulars, have been regulars in the Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball Tournament Championship game. And we've got Mario Fontana, captain of HOTDAM, Kyle Greiner, and waiting for Tucker Kohlasch, also of HOTDAM. And guys, you guys won the first two championships. Mario, you were around for the first two. Limited field, and now you're back in the big dance here in 2017, about a dozen years later.
This is a real important. I mean, anytime you win, you're excited, but this was like a 10-year culmination for us. As you alluded to, HOTDAM, the entity did win the first two tournaments, and certainly I was present for those, and as was Kirk and my brother and Garrett. But it was a different tournament, and for me, I think that your kind of modern Travis Roy tournament doesn't start until they add the second field in 2007 and expand to 24 teams. I mean, that is when you have to play a very consistent weekend of wiffle ball to win. And what is very special about this team is that a lot of the people from those first 2 years were gone, and we started adding new players starting in 2007. Kyle and Tucker both came in 2006. And they were young. Like, Kyle, you must have been 15, right?
Yeah, 15.
And Kyle just came along with his brother, and I was like, okay, you can be on the team too. And what was really special about this team is we had been really close. We had lost in the semis a couple of years prior, back-to-back years, and every year it just seemed like some new disaster that was going to keep us. And Kyle and I know would, in the middle of December, late at night, would be up watching these clips online and lamenting whatever.
We'd do exactly this.
Yeah. We wouldn't have a Zoom face, but we'd literally be watching the game at the same time and texting back and forth about things that we could do to kind of put us over the top. And this tournament was just an incredible. I mean, obviously we played well, but we, as we'll see in this game, just caught all the breaks and everything went well. We had, there was an enormous quarterfinal game we played where we were down 4 runs late. Kyle hit 2 big home runs in that game. The semifinal game was really tight. And then this game was, as you'll see, we won in the very end. So this was I think this will always be very special because it was, the time that we kind of all won it together as a group. Yeah. And, Kyle has started his own team, and we miss him and wish him well. But I'm very happy that we were able to win one when Kyle was on the squad, because he was a big part of that 10-year run where we kept just falling short.
Yep.
I was just going to say, you guys had some agonizing playoff runs.
Oh, my
ending the playoffs.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And it's one thing when you lose in a championship game, you feel bad, but then it's like, you know what, we're second, and we lost to a good team too. You always lose to a good team. But when you're the top seed or second seed, roll through the round robin, and then all of a sudden in the quarters or semis, it's see you later. That's hard.
Yeah, and like, even this is how pathetic I am, I guess, but I think other people are this way. I can roll off with startling clarity every bad loss. Like, I remember everything that happened. Even now, having won a couple, and I think that's good. I mean, competition is healthy, and as long as you don't take it too seriously. But it made this one all the more sweeter. Like, we definitely had a good night after.
We couldn't believe it. Yeah, we couldn't believe that we won this one.
No, it was
10 years of trying, watching videos, and doing everything Mario was saying.
Yeah, it finally happened as we always. I think we always said it would happen, and then it actually happened, and that was just like.
It was definitely a special moment. Like, I have we have business, like different trophies and things, but that TRF trophy is the most important and prized possession I have.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and the other thing too, you guys about 3 or 4 years prior to that really turned the corner with your fundraising too, as well.
Yep.
And that was, I remember talking to you, Mario, after one of those excruciating losses in the garage when we're cleaning up, and I said, hey, you guys raised like $7,000 more than you did the year before. What the heck,
Yeah.
And that makes it all special.
Yes.
Yeah, in many ways, it's almost like you're not really ready to win until you bring the fundraising to the plate, right? Like if you think about the Boston Beef and everything they've done, and they won 3, and the Jackhammers won 3, and they've raised a ton of money, and the Comets have won 2. It's almost like fate really wants you to pick up your game before you start catching all the breaks on the field. And this year here, I think we're close. The last 3 years, we've been around 20, which is an extraordinary number. So.
And then you have the Jackhammers too, your foe in this game. You talk about tournament tested. These guys would get to they would play they would sneak in sometimes, sneak in with the first wild card or whatever, or win the last day to go 2-1 in the round robin to get into the playoffs as a lower seed. Then and then they'd roll through the tournament, just roll right through.
They crush.
Great pitching and
their hitting is just unbelievable. Yeah, and that's what worried us going into that game too. It's just like we know, like Kirk is an unbelievable pitcher, but their hitting it was just. I mean, in 2017 they were crushing it. Like we hit well, but we were like, oh, I don't know if we can, stay with them on their hitting, but. I mean,
even to this day, I would say that this is the most frightening team in the tournament because every person in their lineup can hit a home run.
Especially on Sunday. Especially on Sundays.
Yeah.
Especially on Sundays. Yeah.
It's like they all come alive on Sunday.
I was not happy. I remember we won our semifinal game. And for those of you who are watching and don't know, beyond the right field wall there is Wrigley behind the trees. And typically the team that wins their semifinal game first will run down to the other field to see who they're going to play. And I won't forget, like the teams that were on that field were the Jackhammers, obviously, and the Blue Bulls. And the Blue Bulls owned us. Just like we never beat the Blue Bulls. They're responsible for half of our excruciating losses.
Yep.
And I just remember thinking, I don't want either of these teams to win. They're both tough.
Well, I love the Blue Bulls only for one reason, is because I got on HOTDAM when we played them.
That's right. Yeah. So everyone's got different memories.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're waiting for Tucker. I'd like to thank a few people here for their sponsorship. Inna Essex, the New England Federal Credit Union. Thank you very much, guys, for sticking with us. WIFFLE Inc., of course. You can't say enough about thank Dave Mullaney and that crew down there, the guys who invented wiffle ball, the yellow bats and the official balls. I can't thank them enough. And they're really behind the Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball Challenge, the hashtag Batter Up TRF. Duncan, of course, in Vermont Tent. And don't forget, silent auction is open. There's a lot of online silent auction. Click on the link to that. There's a lot of great prizes, experiences.
You can get the beer Zamboni.
The beer Zamboni is back, thanks to Doug Peters from Zamboni Inc. You get the Boston Red Sox have come. We've got to thank them. They've come through with some great prizes for the hashtag Batter Up TRF, and the Red Sox as well have some experiences on the silent auction, also including an Alex Cora bobblehead doll, and that's him holding a World Series trophy, not a trash can, if you look at the picture. Okay. And also, and tip of the hat to Mike Bailing for the MLB The Show 2020 MLB The Show virtual simulation of the Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball Tournament. So we'll wait a few minutes for Tucker.
We got him. We're on. Thank you, guys. How's it going, guys?
Oh, Tucker. Kirk.
Funny story. Funny story. We were on our way to South Burlington to Kirk's place, and we realized that Kirk didn't have the keys to his place, left them on a boat. So anyway, so we're good now. We're here. We're ready to go.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
And my computer's very old, so some technical difficulties. We're glad to be here.
And we'll get the game started. In the background, it is the 2017 Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball Championship game between the HOTDAM and Original 4 participant and the Jackhammers, who had won 3 previous championships prior to this game.
Hey, we were talking before you guys got in here, Kirk, Tucker, we kind of, Kyle and I talked about the long journey it took to finally get back here. Kirk and I played in the first couple, but I'm curious what your thoughts were heading into this game, because we'd finally gotten over the semifinal hump, and here we are against the Jackhammers of all teams.
Yeah, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it was definitely getting over that hump was a big move for us. Our team was just pretty stacked at the time as well, so I think our play just kind of like we were just locked in, and when you get hot, you get hot.
I know. I mean, we had talked about a few of the years previous, just a couple, just especially in wiffle ball, baseball, any sport like this, like you have those little moments, those just when things don't go your way, the ball doesn't bounce the right way, this and that. So we had felt pretty snake bit the last couple of years, and we finally felt like things were coming together this year. I know we had that close game with the Juggernauts right before. Obviously, things went the right way for us in that game. We ended up coming back. So anyway, I think it's just kind of a relief, like getting to this spot, and I think we were all just really ready to shine.
Yeah.
I think that Juggernaut game, it's like the travesty that never made it to video, because that's probably the most exciting game we ever played in.
Yeah.
It was a good one. So yeah. I do think after winning that one, this one seemed, a lot
Didn't
less
the lead
stressful.
change like 3 or 4 times in that game?
Yeah, we were down 4 runs twice in that game.
Yeah.
So, and we just kept fighting back.
I remember a Conseco moment when that home run went over the wall, which we'll find out wasn't actually the worst HOTDAM play for the weekend. We'll find that out later. But
yeah. For those of you at home, Tucker in that game, a home run went off his hands into the basket down at Wrigley.
Yeah. That was like a rally hoops play. Yeah,
way to tie it in, Kyle. Way to self-promote.
There you go.
Kyle, I like your background.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah. We'll get to it.
Game
appearance since then.
So here we are. I gotta say, it's we just finished up watching the 2010 championship, and the quality of video is incredible. Like, it's so much better here.
I like the different
Pack now work the official home of the Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball
I'm
Tournament.
trying to send that one.
So, Kirk, did you know anything about any of these guys? Because I knew nothing. I knew Rivers was good. And that was it.
No, I honestly didn't. I kind of just went off their stances and figured out whether to pick them in inside or outside or high or low, just as the game was going on. But yeah, coming into the game, I knew these guys were good, but I had no clue how to pitch them.
Kirk Fontana on the mound for HOTDAM.
Yeah, we had played years their championships that they won. It seemed like a different guy would go off every year. Two different guys would go off every year. It wasn't the same stud all along.
Yeah,
their depth really made a difference.
Like, I would always pick those players on the fantasy wiffle.
Yeah, same.
And it's like, oh no, he struck out 300 times. Like last year, he hit 5 home runs.
But somebody else picked him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was Rivers one year, Harrington another, Prado.
Prado was pretty consistent.
Yeah. Prado was consistent.
Prado's a beast. Rivers, the guy up now, is incredible. I think he homers later in the game, but he's frightening.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and several of the Jackhammers were college athletes too, not in all different sports: soccer, lacrosse, basketball. It was unbelievable. Braintree High School. They never won the big one at Braintree High, but they were always close, always right in it.
I'll tell you what, I always love watching this angle of Kirk's pitching. You can't really tell from left field how much the ball is breaking, but that behind angle is just, it's fun to watch.
It's ridiculous.
And Kirk, this is the year that you broke out like the dogleg left changeup that basically doesn't get to the plate. And it is just my favorite pitch to watch.
Trying to find out who hit the grand slam down below.
Kirk, you should talk a little bit about like your progression like as a pitcher, because like you've been pitching for 12, 13 years now, but like what do you think changed for you? Because this is the year I think you really put it all together. Like, what do you think changed for you to kind of like not have the bad inning or not give up the big hit?
Well, I mean, it's about getting locked in, but also just having the confidence that even if you let up a couple of hits, like the team's gonna come back and like hit some bombs behind you. But I mean, I had added my riser right about this time, maybe a year earlier, but I was kind of like leaning on that riser, and that definitely was like something that helped me out, just being more consistent in hitting the strike zone, which, you know, not getting as many walks. I mean, we saw first batter there was a walk, but it's not all perfect.
Yeah, never is.
Yeah.
Jackhammers tied at 3.
Oh, the sun is so bright here. It is awful at this time of day. Right field and first base is brutal.
This one? Yeah. I want to use that one.
Brian Talbot's first baseman.
Yeah, that's this one. Yeah. You think this one? Yeah, it's gonna be good. There we go.
One on our board, Rivers.
Professional.
He said try to get close. There we go.
A lot of white shirts. Both teams with white shirts.
Yeah, but type up a roster sheet every year. We type up a roster sheet every year.
Looking for strike 3.
And you guys have had a few changes through the years, but Jackhammers, it's every guy is the same. You know, I'm looking at my roster from last year. I usually had everybody crossed out and new numbers and all. Here's as clean as a whistle the last 2 years.
That's impressive too. It's tough to get the same people every single year, you know. That's pretty consistent.
It makes a big difference too in your comfort level out there because everybody knows what their role is going to be right away.
Right.
And it's just easy to get off the run. You lose one of your first 3 games, you're done, man. Like, you got to win all your division games. You got to go 6-0, basically.
It's Tim Harrington pitching. He was an MVP of a tournament in 2015.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was always, I mean, this is no disrespect, but like, I expected to hit him more. And something about his ball just breaks at the last minute and is tough to pick up. But not for Robbie.
Off the fence by Meslin for the.
I think that our team finally made the leap when Meslin got into his man body. Because Robbie since 2017 is money. Watch this.
Oh, there it is.
This that one's gone. Same spot. Kyle Greiner.
We got a 2 Kyle's horn here.
You haven't seen that in a while.
We got a 2 Kyle's horn here because of what is going to happen later. But, you know, Kyle, that is his 7th home run of the tournament. He had 2 massive homers in the aforementioned Juggernauts game. Like, we are not here without Kyle.
Yeah, 2017 was a good year.
And, you know, somebody, you know, basically we're not here without him, and we just got to remember that. And you know, he has an argument for the MVP, but ultimately, ultimately it's the other kid. So.
I just want to go on the record as I'm part of the committee or whatever that chooses that. You have about a 30-second window to choose it. All right.
Yeah.
And I know Travis and Lee are a big part of it as well. Pat is also.
Nice play by Harrington.
Although Pat kind of turned his back last year and let us do it, and it's like Lee and I are like, what we do here, you know?
Yeah. Well,
I only see the Little Fenway games. Just to go on the record, I only see the Little Fenway games. I hear what's going on down below. I'm at that table all week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. That is a lot of wiffle to sit through.
Jackhammers have won it 3 times.
Yeah.
And I just like the live tournament, I've got my checks mix here. Sam Adams will be a part of it right afterwards.
Bruce, is it original or bold? What are we working with?
We're going original. I've got I lower salt I got to watch for now. So I'm going.
Yeah.
Throw the pretzels out.
Yeah. Nobody needs them.
They're probably the healthiest thing in there.
Yeah, Tim's tough, man. Like, it just drops in there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he just, for a reason, like I feel like he keeps you off balance too. It's like I don't know if it's a delivery or something. I don't know. For some reason, I always felt like it's a little off balance. But
yeah, I mean that one right there. It's like you feel like you're gonna get something nice, and it just kind of cuts right in. It's brutal.
He does a good job hiding his ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Like he,
it's random too. If you guys know, it's random too. If you hit the ball in the holes, it's going to pop straight up. If you hit the ball on the hard side, and you have no choice in that, you can't. Your swing is the same no matter what. Hit the ball on the hard side, it's going to go a mile.
Yeah, for sure.
So the spin rate is
that's why you always want to hit the drops. The drops tumble like this. But if you hit a riser, you're going to hit a lot of the holes most of the time. You know, so you wait. To hit a home run, you're going to hit a drop.
Big swing and a miss by Leonard.
And here's the 2019 MVP, John Lenhart.
Yeah.
There he is.
A couple looking hacks right there.
He had a very creative batter up challenge, by the way, at the Apple at City Field.
You draw the 2-out walk.
Probably the best thing that's happened at City Field this year.
Yes.
Probably will be the best thing that happens at City Field next year, too.
Look at that stance.
Oh,
you just missed that.
Oh, so did they just miss it? Brutal.
And he continues.
All right, hey, shout out to Mike Kinsella here. Mike, you know, every year we're always scrambling for one, it seems, and this year Hayden Smith, our regular catcher, couldn't make it. And you know, Mike was down with Kyle in Atlanta playing wiffle ball, and he's like, "Hey, I got a ringer," and Mike, he hit an enormous home run in the game right before this to send the game away. So it was nice having him. Not a man of many words. But,
he is not. He definitely is not.
Played a good first base.
Yeah, played a good first base. Never pulled the ball in his life.
No, he's the weirdest right-handed hitter you'll ever see. He'll go oppo every single time.
He's one of those guys that'll swing once it hits the catcher's hands, like one every 5 times.
I think he did hit the catcher at one point.
yeah, he did.
All right, 2-0.
So, Kirk, I've always wanted to ask you this. The volunteer umpires are all high school umpires. And in high school, you were a catcher on a pretty good team. You stood right or crouched right in front of them in real baseball. And now here in wiffle ball, they had to be your friend once again. So during the CVU season, did you kind of have to watch what you say to them just in case you saw Sean Halleck here behind the plate?
Oh yeah, I'm always watching what I'm saying. No, Sean's a really good guy. He's umping.
He's a great guy.
I made a good relationship with a lot of these umpires.
Helped me with my pitches,
I think. They give me the benefit of the doubt.
Hit and an error there.
That's Brog at second base. Brog only comes up big when he has to.
So Talbot in scoring position.
There's Greg in the background. Taking some cuts.
Now, Greg was on the not the original HOTDAM team, but the second year.
Yep.
The second year team. And Greg is why we have Kyle this year. 2006, he called me on the way up. We had a Friday night game, and he said, "Oh, my brother's coming. Can he play?" And I mean, what was I going to say? No, but as it turned out, it worked out. So
you almost did.
Stroke the luck.
Yeah, Greg.
At least Mario, you knew for a while now. You knew this guy's last name, where he handed me a roster last year that just said Nolan on it because you didn't know his last name.
Well, we'll talk about that on Sunday, but that is all the responsible. Nolan is the person who's solely responsible for Nolan is number 88, and I think I owe him a couple 6-packs for that pickup.
Yeah, Robbie tried to take credit for that one.
Kevin Leiden for the Jackhammers.
Him and Robbie are actually going out to the U Miami. They transferred. And they're heading out next week. So.
Yeah, we gotta Photoshop them on like some turtlenecks, Miami Vice style. Actually, that's pretty good.
Batter here, Kevin Leiden. He's been involved in some big games for these guys.
No, I think this is Frado. This is definitely Frado.
Leiden was just up.
Oh, Cade Frado, nice.
Matt Bagley, another one.
Well, that's that change-up slider. That thing's deadly.
Bagley, all New England Division III soccer goalie at Bridgewater State.
Oh, wow. Oh, nice play.
It's this one too short. They throw it
in real time. I thought they were going to challenge that. I thought it was close, but no, that was a great play.
That's a good play too, because you're going to your left and you like turn.
Yeah, longer throw.
That's a tough one. That's a run saver right there. Good job, dude.
After 1.5.
So this game, I don't know how you guys felt, but this game, like I looked up and it was the 7th inning and I couldn't believe it. Like it feels like it just flew.
Mm-hmm. It did go quick. I mean, it's going slow right now. It feels like, but it definitely goes quicker towards the later innings. There's Greg. Sunglasses always on.
Aviators in a weird green.
Yeah,
he had a good tournament this year too in 2007.
He did.
Yeah, he was solid.
Well, it's because he's wearing that Hayden Smith jersey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is wearing Hayden Smith. Oh, that's hilarious.
If you're gonna have a name, if you're gonna have Smith on the back of your jersey, that's your extra jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's being called.
Yeah, Hayden Smith's our extra guy. You know.
Yeah.
Replacement player.
A little bit of Ewing theory right there. We kind of did better without him. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, not this year though.
Well, yeah.
Although he wasn't hitting much in the playoffs, so. Rung up.
That was dirty, that pitch.
That won't make the Greiner highlight reel.
Second base.
Brog.
Here's Mr. Clutch. So,
Mr. Clutch.
For those of you at
home run or bust.
Ryan
wall. Like he'll just drill the wall.
This is Ryan Brogna, and first of all, we only hear from Ryan 3 days a year. He shows up to the tournament, and then we don't hear from him for another 362 days. In practice, he looks like he's completely uncoordinated and shouldn't be on the field, and yet he's probably responsible for 3 of the biggest home runs in team history.
Yeah.
Is so money when it matters.
Also has the highest exit velocity on foul balls of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Just absolutely crushes foul balls.
Yep.
Yeah, it really does. So, and the other thing about Ryan is that he will swing and miss and look awful, and then you feel like he's toast, and then the next pitch just deposit one into the net.
Yep.
It's a joy to know, number 5.
That's a nice pitch there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Drops in this time for a called strike 3.
I still can't believe we won this game.
Yeah, that was a good one. Oh, did I freeze?
Yeah, a little freeze
over here as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. We'll just imagine it.
Freeze on my face though.
Well, while we do this, I'll take a few other people to thank. Shore Point Capital Partners, Pomerleau Realty, the Bolton Valley Resort, and we can't forget the Windjammer Group. Also, we never can forget the Wall Doctor and Smuggler's Notch Resort as well. So thanks very much for your generous support of Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball Tournament this year and every year.
Kyle, what's your approach here? What are you trying to accomplish? 2 outs and a runner on.
A home run.
Nice.
Just
good plan. I like it.
Every single at bat's a home run.
The suspense is killing me.
I know. What happened? Did I get out this bat? I don't even know. I think I hit a grounder. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, dominant. I forgot I was so good in this game.
So, Kyle, everyone seems to want to pitch you away, and that's what you want.
That's exactly what I want. I go Oppo all day. People listening.
Kirk Fontana, the pitcher.
Yeah.
I mean, Tucker does the same thing. He stands way off, and he goes after your home run to later in this. It's Oppo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Center field. No, it's the same thing. Just I like to I don't always like the inside pitches, so it's nice to have a little bit of space over there.
You stay off the plate to bait them to throw outside.
Yeah.
I'd say it's pretty much 50-50 on guys that like to go Oppo and guys that pull.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys just sit on that the slider and they want it to curve right in. But other guys, they just want to extend their hands.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go, Kurt.
This one's hit well to
that was a nice drop.
Off the fence, it'll spring and run home. Oh, to the plate, throw to third.
That was actually huge. Yeah, I mean, that's a huge run right there. 2 outs. This is all with 2 outs, too. I'm pretty sure the full rally.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, this is great.
That was huge.
It is really crushing. I mean, having been on the opposite side of that, having 2 outs and then, giving up a bunch of runs is brutal.
Why did we take Kirk out?
We should talk about that. Kirk, we weren't even sure if Kirk was going to make this tournament at one point that year because Kirk had hurt his ankle.
True.
And
golf cart.
Yeah, little accident. It's unclear what happened.
Well, he said, she said.
Yeah, right. But as of May in this year, Kirk was barely walking around on his ankle. But so we did the courtesy runner for Kirk.
Did you have the boot at graduation for college?
Yeah. I was walking around with the boot on the stage for graduation.
Hey, everybody notices the tassel, not your feet.
That's right.
I think people noticed.
Who notices a man's shoes? That's Shawshank Redemption.
This one's hit in time to first.
Quality drop in there. Oh, here's me.
You like that?
HOTDAM picks up a run.
DeBrog?
Yeah, the courtesy runner rule is if you ask for a courtesy runner, nice ground out by me, then the last person who made an out in your lineup has to be the runner. So it had to be, because we had wanted to just let Garrett do it because Garrett was kind of the odd man out in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But it had to be the last runner who made an out. So that is the rule at Little Fenway.
We'll just say that Garrett was the odd man out. Garrett was the odd man out at the start of this game.
Yes, he does make an appearance, a big appearance late in the game. So he did get to contribute. But, one reason that we had that problem is, other people, Mike Vecchione talked about this in the first broadcast. When you start in this tournament, it's actually kind of hard to get 9 guys or girls.
Well, off the foul pole.
Oh, there's Harrington with a dinger.
Oh, yeah. Doing it all.
Tim Harrington goes
but it is very hard to get 9 people to want to do this. And so our first year, we could barely field the team. And so we have overcompensated by having 12 guys just in case people have to drop out at the last minute. But unfortunately, Kyle and I in our many skull sessions quickly came to the conclusion that you have to bat 9. Like you cannot bat more than 9 because you need to get your best bats up.
Yeah.
So for HOTDAM, we bat our hottest 9 going into the playoffs, and just the way it goes. It's not personal. Last year I sat for the first couple games, so it's the way it rolls.
A little bit off topic here, but I want to bring this up, Mario. I don't know if you caught a glimpse of the video that was posted by the Curse Lifted.
Yeah, I did.
Subtle, maybe not so subtle.
Yeah.
Let me get your side on that one.
A bunch of funny guys over there in the Downs family. Don't worry, Curse Lifted and Downs family. You will get yours.
Strikeout.
I'm pretty sure
I just like to mention on Sunday after E.M. Swift, the co-author of 11 Seconds, the inspiration of this tournament, the best-selling book. He'll be on at 4 p.m. on Sunday. And following that, before Travis speaks at 5, we will have some members of the first tournament, Mario Fontana, Tom Downs, Pat O'Connor, Larry Riegert, Bill Livingston, to talk about the first tournament here. So we're just throwing that in the bank for whatever you guys are talking about with Mario and Tom. So I've been part of the third man on the emails.
Yeah. Well, one thing about this tournament is people for 20 years, they start getting comfortable. Man, taking shots at people. So
top of the 7th, with 2 outs, top of the 7th.
All I know is if you go to their wine tasting, Mario, I wouldn't drink anything.
I don't think I'd ever get the invite.
For $75, anybody can go.
Hey,
one of the great fundraisers, and have a lot of fun in December or late November in this tournament.
Speaking of web videos, we are still waiting on Kyle Greiner's Batter Up Challenge. Everyone else here has done one.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Little Pikes Peak action, Kyle. You could be, you drive up to the top of Pikes Peak. You could be the highest elevation challenge.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Hey, I'll do that.
All right.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I don't
know
how far that is.
See how far the ball carries in the light air. You know?
Yeah, that's right. No excuse for you if you don't hit a bomb.
I mean, I'm right across the street from the Rockies Stadium, so.
Oh, that's a nice place to be.
There. Yeah.
That is a great place to be.
Yeah, it's awesome. So,
don't worry, Kyle.
I'll get a video.
Don't worry, Kyle. When I moved to Boston right after college, my first major league season there was couldn't wait to see the Red Sox. It was 1981, and of course they went on strike for the.
Oh no! That's what I'm saying. I'm like right across the street, and I can't even see a game.
John Leonard hits the dinger here, and I think I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about John, our teammate, the beloved teammate. John was a part of the new wave of 2006, and the way that we all met John was he had emailed Pat O'Connor asking if anybody, had an extra spot in the tournament. And at the time, we were just trying to get new blood on the HOTDAM, and I said yes. John is quite the character. He's from Queens, and has a lot of things to say in his Queens accent.
Terrible John accent.
So John, I picked him up from the airport, sight unseen. This is for me anyway, pre-Facebook. He walks in with a bag that has a wiffle bat in it, and so we invite this stranger into our house. And he didn't murder us, and turns out he's a pretty good player. So that was lucky, but it's amazing how you meet people in this tournament. Like that was totally random.
Yeah.
And, we've all become the best of friends because of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great story, Mario. I thought he was part of the Western New York Ithaca College crew.
No. He emailed Pat, and I said, yeah, you can play on our team. And that was it. And, one of the better decisions I've made for sure.
Yep. Greg and I drove Johnny home that year in our minivan.
Wait, Kyle, was that your first year too?
That was my first year. Yeah.
06? Yeah, me too.
I was like 15, almost 16, I think.
Yeah.
Mario, who did we lose that year to be gaining 3+ people?
Yeah. So, I mean, some people just weren't invited back. We had a bunch of people that I went to college with at Ithaca that, like Evan and Seth, and just they had moved on. They they weren't really into that. Was right around when the fundraising was kicking up, and they just didn't want to be a part of it anymore. And it was a nice opportunity to bring in Tucker and all sorts of younger people who just wanted to be a part of the group. I think a couple of years there was kind of miserable. Like the first couple of years were great because we were winning. But when we weren't as good and we were losing, it's kind of miserable. And so we made an effort to get people on the team that you really liked being around, because ultimately you're spending 3 or 4 days together. And if you don't like people on the team, it's not very fun. And I know my favorite part of the tournament is just getting to hang out with everybody on the team, because it's the only time of year we get to all come together. And I'm sure that's true on other teams as well. So we were lucky in that it was the right time, and a lot of the players that joined 2006, 2007, became the core of this team, and then our team last year. So
I have to thank Garrett in that year. He broke it. He broke his pinky or thumb or something like that, sliding into third base. Right? He slid into third base against the Blue Bulls, broke his pinky. They had to call. They were like, "Oh, we don't have another player. Kyle, you want to go up to bat and play the remaining of the game?" So I played, got up to bat. My first at bat, first pitch, home run over the Green Monster. I'm on the team.
You owe Garrett a life debt.
I do. I really do. Oh man.
So injury prone.
Here's the home run power showing up for the Jackhammers, but fortunately for you guys, for Kirk, no one was on base for the first 2 homers.
That's the other thing. It's just like giving up solo home runs rather than 3-run home runs, whatever.
Yeah, we were kind of alluding to this earlier, but Kirk, not that he hasn't always had great stuff and is a great pitcher, but really has learned how to kind of pitch with confidence with runners on base. And I think that's made all the difference. Whereas instead of trying to be too perfect, kind of is not afraid to attack. And, you know, I think everyone can agree here. When there's runners on base, you feel a lot of pressure in this tournament because, you know, you can make a big difference in the game, and that fence looks like it's so much closer, but it almost becomes harder to hit. Nice play, Tucker.
Dirty play, Tucker.
Yeah, that was good.
I threw over to first. I thought somebody was on base. I don't know. Sometimes you lose track out there, especially with Kirk pitching. Yeah, with Kirk pitching, sometimes you zone out. So I thought someone was on first base.
Yeah, well, and I think Kirk has 15 or 16 strikeouts in this game, so it's
I believe it was 16.
It's easy to lose focus when he's really rolling good.
A question for you, Tucker. I know you've got a spread. You know, we all have a great relationship with Travis. This is who we do it for, and people like Travis too, not just him, and what he's doing for people like himself. But Tucker, you have a different relationship with Travis, and I know you were part of our steering committee for a little while with working with Positive Tracks and other groups. So, just what is that relationship with Trav that you have?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think 2006 was my first year in the tournament, and you know, we had some connections too through. There's a gentleman named Mark Pfaff. He's he's a local coach. I'm sure you know him, Bruce. But you know, he's a Rice guy, Rice coach, and
Mount Mansfield now. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's at MMU now, exactly. And I know, you know, Mark brought Travis in for some motivational speaking early on, like when Mike was playing basketball, and just I'd say really ever since then too.
Is Talbot, Sean Talbot.
Yeah, no, you're good. So yeah, no, just always had that close relationship. You know, try to keep in touch over email and everything. And he's just, I mean, we can all say, just Travis is just so inspiring, and just his passion for, you know, the foundation and just for everything he's doing in life too. Just, you know, just day by day, just has that passion, always going out, and just it's inspiring. So just, you know, trying to do anything we really can to keep that going.
Well, my favorite part of the tournament, I'm not sure if he's in the background on this game or not, but he usually does the color on the championship game with me. And I'll tell you what, he's a natural for sports media. He really is.
Mm-hmm.
And, I really think he may not be a guy that could call hockey games in every game doing the color analyst, but he certainly could be a very good studio analyst in that sport.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows everybody in the game. He knows everything about it. He's got a great sense of it, and he's articulate. And he's one of the guys. He really is. He's one of the guys, you know.
I want to give myself a managerial pat on the back. We give up a run there that we probably shouldn't give up. And I faked pretending like he missed third base just to give everybody a chance to settle down. I didn't actually thought that he missed the base. I just wanted a quick timeout. So good job by me.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Tough to be a manager.
That was in very good, very John Lenhart lingo, Kyle.
I am from New York.
For the signal.
Yeah, a big part of this game, Kirk, is that you neutralize both Fratto and Shattuck, who are great hitters. Like, Shattuck, after his next at-bat, is just like visibly frustrated that he can't pick anything up. So, good job by you.
Yeah, it always goes downhill once you're not confident at the plate. Like, you're just not going to continue doing well. But, yeah, I was able to get ahead of him early on, which was helpful.
Yeah.
And keeping Craig off base is key because he can really run.
Yeah, he's fast. Yeah. He's fast, and he can hit too. He's just a really good player.
Yeah, another very good soccer player at Bridgewater State, was an excellent high school basketball player as well. And a tip of the hat to their captain, what their team's named after, Jack Shattuck, the Jackhammers. Talk about another guy who's a great sports fan who can really get it, and it's a shame what happened to him. But it's to the credit of the Shaddocks, Marie, the mother, and Jack and Craig, of course, and the rest of the guys. This is guys' weekend for these guys, and they've always stuck with Jack.
Yeah, and I also shout out to Jack. He's like a budding comic. He now does stand-up comedy, and he's very funny.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes,
I could see it.
I think this is the only time Meslin gets out in this game. I think he ends up at either 3 for 4 or 4 for 5.
Man, this is really making me want to play.
Yeah, I know. I said this in the earlier broadcast, but this would have been the day that we all got together at Kirk's dad's, my brother's house. And to kind of be stuck in New York is brutal. Like, I just want to be up there and going to the field.
I know.
Another catcher, Fratto out of the crouch.
You wanted that one too.
Very angry. Very angry at that.
We actually had a decent amount of fouls, I feel like, in this game. Like a lot of those little pop-ups.
Yeah, and that's just a credit to Harrington because he just this ball just I don't know, man. It's
that should have been gone. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, that should have been gone.
Yeah. I was thinking that too, jerk.
Because he threw a drop, you know?
Yeah.
Drops should be home runs.
Here we go. Top of the 15.
Little housekeeping. Tomorrow night we'll be back on at 7 p.m. with a triple header. And you'll see these Jackhammers in all 3 games. 2012 championship against Boston Beef, 2014 against Staten Island, and also 2015 against Staten Island, right here on Pack Network.
That's why we didn't. That's why we didn't want them on in this game because they're going to get enough screen time tomorrow.
Of the inning, Bagley strikes out.
Is this Harrington again?
Yeah. No, hopefully no pesky pull.
The 10 championship games that we'll replay that we have on video is 7 different champions, I believe. That's pretty impressive.
Now at the plate,
yeah.
For the first run.
Anybody win twice out of that group?
Staten Island did. You guys did.
And
the Hammers did as well.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting. Well, and of course, there's a run where it seemed like Staten Island and the Jackhammers.
This one up again.
It does
put it this way: I didn't need a roster a couple of times. I just knew because these guys had been there every game. You know.
Led by Travis Roy, Leroy, Brenda, Toby Van Orden, Keith Van Orden as well.
You know, Vinny Tremarco always gave me the same names of people to give a shout out to, so I knew I didn't even have to ask him after the third or fourth.
Straight up, Eric Fontana's right there.
Oh yeah, big play.
Yeah, Eric, tremendous defensive catcher.
He is. I don't know how he does it. That's tough being a catcher. All those games. Always catch Kurt.
Or Hayden, one of them.
Yeah, or Hayden. Yeah. I feel like he would always catch you in like the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, because usually. Yeah. Well, I think last year was Hayden.
Oh, it was.
Was it not?
I wasn't there.
Yeah, I think my dad finally retired last year. He's like,
that's it?
Yeah, he's like, this is it.
Didn't show up to do the
wow.
So actually we went above.
Take on the dick roll.
First base, third base.
Mm-hmm.
He can do it all.
Back to the broadcast.
The Vicster.
Ooh.
And notice the Jackhammers in the field there, that the right fielder went right over to back it up. You know, cut down that area behind.
Thanks for joining us again, Travis. Rob Young didn't show up. So.
Yeah, he's over.
Here's Travis joining us.
Yeah.
Nice.
With Carney, so
we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave those guys over.
That's a good decision for Rob then.
Yeah, you know, he's still getting over, not getting into.
Trav used to come in for like an inning, but now he's like a regular for championship games.
We've got 2 teams here that have combined for 5 of the 15.
That pitch was sick, Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
That last pitch was ridiculous. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yes, they are.
So Bags wasn't playing in 2017.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Yeah, I think he was just hanging out.
Took a couple years off, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
2 years off, Mario?
I think Mario dropped. I don't know what happened.
Okay, he'll be back on. He'll be back on. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Spags didn't play for 2. I think it was 2 summers, just like with having his kids and everything.
Right. Yeah.
Came back last year, but he hit really well. So he's a big part of our lineup.
He hits like lasers, you know, like low line that just like hit the wall or they just skip off. Like he has a very level, you know, swing that does that.
And third base, he's like the Matt Chapman of football.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know, Brooke Robinson.
By both teams.
Hey, I'm back. Can anybody hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
We can hear and see you.
Yeah, Mike Bagshaw is he's an unsung hero, man. Quiet, gets the job done.
Oh,
hits this one, but dies.
Oh, that wind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember thinking that.
I thought you got that.
The wind is going to come into play big here, as we'll find out.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it?
Silence going on here as well.
It is very hushed.
Getting intense.
Nerves.
Why is the shortstop
Travis
over?
here? Travis, by the way, bringing up how quiet it gets, Mario. We talked about that in the first game, late innings of the championship game. The biggest crowds, yet it gets really quiet.
Yeah, what would you guys prefer? Like quiet like this, or like rowdy at like, noon on Sunday when everybody's watching one game?
He's got a drawer full of those.
I like the rowdy crowd personally.
Yeah, I do too.
I kind of like the crowd.
Yeah. Like this is like, it's like a tennis match when it gets quiet. It's like really, it makes you nervous.
Yeah.
No.
I like both, but I feel like when it's quiet, it's like you're in the moment. You're in you're in the zone.
Yeah.
When it's loud, I mean, you're still in that same area, but it's just like I feel like you kind of know, like, oh, there's a lot of people here watching,
Yeah.
There is kind of that cool feeling too of like, as as you're getting later in the tournament, just more people are starting to leave, and it's like, okay, like we're kind of the last. There's almost that kind of a cool feeling of like, oh wow, like we're really like the last people here. Like this is it.
Yeah. Well, that's a real ego boost too, because you're kind of. It's like when you're playing pickup, and it's just like, yeah, we're still in the court. We got next, and see you later.
Yeah.
Time participated in this tournament.
I want to back it up there, Mario. I saw a pop up there. The wind was tough, so you would have definitely made it out of the infield. Though it was
every time. Oh yeah, that's where we tried to get Garrett in there because John pulled up lame. Garrett was so mad about this. That's why we didn't invite him on. He just would have been griping about it the whole time.
And how about Sean Halleck, the plate umpire, has no idea what the rule is for substitution. So, and they're not supposed. They're told we don't worry about it.
Seems to me you can have specialty people all running your bases.
Right.
So we. Yeah, this game, well, this tournament brought a lot of controversy because some of us feel like, it doesn't matter who you play defensively as long as you're batting the same lineup. And then other people felt like, no, the only people who could play in the field were in the lineup except for one designated hitter. So Bruce and Pat and I had to hammer it all out in the 2018 offseason to get the rule clear.
It was interesting. None of the rules we talked about that we put into play, we had to write things down. The rules weren't written down before.
Yeah.
None of them had to do with the game itself. It had to do with the lineup.
Boxed around, nobody covering.
Yeah. Well, it's tough. A lot of teams are bringing, 12, 13 players. They all fundraise and they all want to play. And, the best way to do that is to kind of stretch the rules a little bit, because really at the end of the day, this is supposed to be about charity and fun.
And Greiner,
absolutely. During the round robin play, there's a lot of teams where there's no batting out of order. Just whoever's up is up. That's the way. Nobody says anything. But then you get in the later games that mean it, and some teams call them on that, especially in the games their playoff spot is on the line.
I gotta believe the yellow.
I mean, the rules were not
better shape.
Were changed not to limit participation. Put it that way.
Yeah,
just wanted to make it a little clear.
Yeah, for sure. I want to give another shout out to Mike here. Mike is a nurse in Atlanta, and things are tough down there, and he's got to go to the office every day and work hard. So I don't know if you're out there, Mike, but thanks for doing what you do, my man.
Jackhammers trail by one.
Yeah, nice work.
Working ridiculous hours. Yep.
They are.
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline
Tough.
here.
He loves it.
Brooke is a nurse too. Brooke Fontana, your wife, Mario.
Physical
Tip of the
therapist.
hat to her.
Absolutely. Did you check any of the semi?
What do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about Sweet Caroline? I don't like it.
Ben Harvey played a
yeah.
solid job
I don't
on the
really.
mound, and
I don't sing along.
again, the lineup.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
All right, maybe one time I sang along. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, one year there's a great picture of us all arm in arm and singing along from like.
Maybe I like the ba ba ba.
Yeah, that's nice. They should just cut to that part.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Mario. I feel like you started off that whole the singing that year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that year I liked it.
I guess you do like it.
It's 2020 now. People change.
A big Fenway this year with no fans. They have to play the bop 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 because there's nobody there to say it.
Yeah. Well, with that team, nobody should be there anyway.
Yeah.
Backroom
Remember in 2013, after the terrible marathon bombings, that other teams were playing it in honor of Boston. And a friend of mine said, if that's the way they're honoring Boston, then the terrorists have won.
That's funny. This is an enormous at-bat because we're up 1, and again, Rivers is just homered in his last at-bat.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically when Kirk struck him out, I finally felt like we could win the game because I felt like I felt like Kirk had everybody else's number except him.
Goggin, the hitter now. Oh,
and then Goggin almost hit it.
Almost a tie.
Almost happened.
There,
Don't get too confident.
Yeah, keep your thoughts to yourself.
Straight down.
Wind does play a big factor there.
Yeah,
too.
With no wind, that might have gone out, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Mario, who won the home run derby this year in 17?
Was it Kirk?
No.
Wasn't it?
No, wasn't Kirk.
Kirk was 16.
No, it wasn't me.
Certainly does.
Was it Robbie? No, Robbie.
Wait a minute. No, it might have been 17.
I can't remember who won that.
Yeah, it wasn't anybody on our team.
We won a lot of years, though.
We've won 6 or 7.
Yeah, Kingdom Price started off, right? Was Kingdom Price was the first one?
Yeah,
It's off the wall.
Wait, so Mario, you had the best view of anybody on this play. I was convinced, I might have been a little biased as the person who threw it here, but I was convinced he was out. But you said he wasn't. You don't think?
Publicly, what I'll say is the umpire made the right call. I will say that I could have played it better. For those of you who, I don't know if they're going to show a replay here. He's not happy. I should have just laid down a tag, and for some reason in my head, I just thought it would be better to kind of, take the ball and peg him. And what can I say? I mean, he got called out, so I must have made the right play.
That ball went through and hit, it was called it hit him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure it hit him. I think if we see my reaction to that, I'm pretty sure I saw it.
Yeah, well, we're not biased at all. So
I'm pretty sure it hit him. I'm with Tucker.
If I remember right, the bench is looking to see who had the $50.
Yeah, there's always a scramble for the $50.
Oh, yes.
So
every year.
We actually, it's interesting you say that, Bruce, because it might have been 2 years prior to this. Oh, here we go.
Mario Fontana pulling out of his shoe the last game.
Yeah, look at the way the ball bounces. He's out.
Yeah.
Said it all right there.
So 1 year, I had challenged something. It was 2015. I challenged something and we got it wrong, and I was out of money. And then we got to the quarterfinals against Staten Island, and I didn't have any money, so I didn't challenge it, and we would have won the challenge. So from here on out, I learned that the move is you just have a stack of 50s ready to go, just in case something, especially in the playoffs.
Brooke would always come running over. She had the money.
Yeah,
I love this slow-mo. It's amazing. I didn't know we had this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is what the umps are seeing too.
Oh, okay.
I guess
right in the
Right
back.
in the
It's hard for us to see.
Yeah.
Right in the
Well, at least he had the sense to slide. Unlike
he
Jeremy
had a
Johnson.
great angle. Look at the ump right there. Perfect angle of that ball.
Yeah.
He's out.
Actually, he doesn't have a perfect angle because he
hit him right in the back.
You can, but he can. He's on the other side. That was the issue. He couldn't see the ball hit him in his chest.
Hit him right in the kneecap. You're out, Goggin. Oh, I'm glad they cut this.
I'm not saying he was better than the Jeter flip, but it might be up there, honestly.
That's very close. Pretty close.
Boy,
For Hall of Famer in
back-to-back
my heart.
hits and run into an out.
And there's some rule
Right.
about making
I
it
think
over
we're
there.
getting serious here.
Believe so. One-run game.
Yeah, we're
second
getting
by a
close.
run.
Yeah.
We actually got Medlin in the house
We
now,
just
too.
got a new
Not the
guest.
second guess.
Getting close to Kyle losing that
really? Another
MVP.
one?
But you gotta bet.
Probably want to pop
Smart
in and
base
say
running may
hello
be
to the fans.
order here.
Is Miami Vice in? Is that Miami
Especially the
Vice?
proximity. The
The
throw is
the
right
stream,
in front of him, Trav, in left field.
They're streaming the 2017
Robbie.
championship game.
Right. And it's worked for him.
How we doing? Mario.
How we doing, guys?
Kyle.
Hey, what's up, Robbie?
Oh, is that Kyle?
Robbie,
What's up?
Long
Robbie,
time no
just-
see.
Dude, yeah, what's up? Where's the rally?
Robbie, just so you know, be professional.
It's done.
There's 300 people
The
Oh, is
watching.
that Mr. Bosley?
We have 300 people watching?
Wow.
Penn League where the pitchers are
Nice.
worse fielders.
So,
I figure
Robbie
they just
doesn't
get
get
them
up.
for
Oh, he does
because
get
they
up
throw
this inning.
95 miles an hour.
I think we load the bases here and blow it, and that's very upsetting.
Lake Monsters were better till this recent road trip. They're clinging to
Thanks for
first
bringing that.
place
Yeah,
going into the but I think after today
Sounds
they
good.
play most of their games against the division
we're
rivals.
just
that
commentating
they're
right now.
race with. So
There's people watching.
win it.
Yeah.
Those are the games that mattered anyway. So they're going to be good games to watch. Yes.
Robbie, you're having a pretty
Brogdon
good game.
strikes out,
Yeah.
caught looking.
Yeah.
Robbie, you
We're just
currently-
watching Jackhammers 2017. That was a big game. Yeah.
Oh, hit right in the head.
1996.
No, it's cool.
The last
No,
time
you're
they won
good.
the division was 2001.
Sounds good.
Thanks for dropping that off. Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah.
They call that a drought, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
Robbie.
Yeah.
See ya.
5 strikeouts for. Now,
Oh, speaking of Robbie, here he is.
he's
I think
the
he might
master
walk here,
of,
make it a
the
single.
pop-ups, inducing pop-ups.
Frado with the no shoes.
Fenway.
It's a staple.
Trouble.
Yes, they
It
can.
is.
Yes, they can.
Does anybody know, Bruce, do you know why he goes shoeless? I guess you'll find out tomorrow.
Trav, we always talk about the right gear to sell. I think the shorts.
Oh, looks
I've
like
seen
Bruce is on
several
three.
teams pick them up.
They like the shorts.
They like the shorts. I'm just saying.
I like it. Well, they do clean up uniforms because a lot of them will just do the shirts.
Yes.
And,
I think
the
these.
official
Yeah.
What's the
teams
team?
want
Junk in the
shorts.
Wind. None of them wear shoes.
One of
A lot of
these
players don't.
The former Green Mountain Moose.
We'll get a little wiffle ball.
I don't know. That hurts later in the
drop-ups or
later in the
bookie box
tournament.
merchandise.
Okay,
If
you
you're not
tried
wearing
that
shoes.
one year. It didn't
I
go
did.
well.
It was not fun.
2-out walk, Robbie Messer.
If it's rainy out, I can
My
see
daughter Allie
not
says
wearing them, but
stickers.
Oh, nice.
Kids now are bigger and putting stickers.
That's a
on the
tough
back
one.
of
Yeah, I
their
think people
laptops
opt like
and
70% of the time.
Yeah, I know.
Not bad. No, yeah.
It's not a bad
If
strategy.
you're gonna hit on the ground, it's good to go up if you're left.
Yeah, definitely.
Beat it out.
Yeah. Especially in this tournament, if you go
Yeah.
oppo, it's hard for third baseman and shortstop to make that play. So
Yeah.
the percentages go up to make
Trial
to
Greiner
beat it
reaches
out.
with another base.
Yeah, and conversely, the better third baseman and shortstop you have, the better off you
Fontana at
are.
the plate,
Mhm.
Kirk. He struck out a dozen on the mound.
Kirk, you were lucky that last pitch hit you in the head because it would have hit your back.
Single. Error.
It's all part
Is
of the
that,
game.
would that be a strike if it hits
Oh yeah,
the bat?
foul
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here.
Yeah.
No, you're always good about pulling your bat down. You've always been good with that, I feel like.
yeah,
Yeah, I always do that. I always drop it, but
Yeah.
I never knew if it was a strike or not in this tournament.
We've seen balls in this be put into play and balls that hit bat.
So Travis,
Oh,
what's
really?
the-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On the
Oh,
Travis
wow.
Roy Foundation agenda.
I would be so angry if that happened.
Yeah. Unless you dig it out. Get a
yeah,
single
yeah.
October.
It's a big at bat for Kirk. Like,
He only gets so many at bats though.
out. Oh,
fouled that one off. That was nice.
That was a
That was
tough
huge.
swing.
One thing about this tournament compared to this tournament and one other, or the only two where we raised less money than the year
Audio a
before.
little
Blaming us for that, Bruce?
goes in and out a little.
2017, we raised $585,000.
Hmm.
It was a little bit less than the $615,000 the year before.
Oh wow, yeah.
And it was the
Last
same
year, just the
in
longest running of its kind.
2014. After a $500,000 the year before, it was just $477,000.
Raised over $20,000.
I remember when $150,000 was an extraordinary.
Yeah.
Excellent. And we'll find all the information on Travis Roy.
And I'll tell you what, we mentioned this in the first game, Mario. Big play.
Absolutely.
I mentioned this in the first game. it's a heck of a it's going to be close to 200,000 this year, and to me that's a heck of an accomplishment considering the economic times.
Oh my gosh!
Well, economic times and just in general, it's
another zero on the board.
This is not to blame anybody, but when you know you're not going to come up to Vermont, there's not that pressure to raise money, you know, like because you really want to show up big in front of everybody. So,
right,
you know, for everybody out there who's still taking time to make videos and reach out to donors, I mean, that's what it's all about, man. And even if you can only do, you know, a third as much as you normally do, that is better than nothing.
Yep.
So,
and you guys, Kyle mentioned earlier the late surge with social media at the end, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's never, you know, it's like sports, right? It's never too late to try and turn on the Jets and make a difference.
It's difficult, too, because a lot of my fundraising comes from, like, playing cornhole tournaments or wiffle ball tournaments or, like, things like that where you have to be, like, involved with other people closely. Yeah. So it's, like, hard to fundraise. It's, like, this year has just been, you know, way more difficult than previous years.
Yeah.
Well, the teams like Curse and the Comets Express who have November, December fundraisers have really helped this year.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So that's the secret sauce, I guess. Get planning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Becky Owens had mentioned we're still selling Christmas trees this winter.
That's a nice socially distant activity.
It is. Yeah.
So we're coming up to it, fellas.
Yes, sir.
This is Kirk quickly gets 2 outs. Now, America, a lot of controversy on HOTDAM this year for this upcoming play. And I just want to say to everybody,
this is it.
Kyle, even though we give you a hard time for this, this is not your fault, man. This is a moonshot that Tom's about to hit.
Yeah, that ball's in the air.
Oh, that's right.
Brog does not move. And Tucker almost picks up, like, Brogna needs to get out of the way, right? It's a shortstop's ball. He doesn't move, and clearly you're startled. So I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm grateful that we are here joking about it because if we had lost this game...
I don't drop that ball normally. A lot of wind. A lot of wind.
Getting away in that, too.
But
that was so high.
You know, that was just one play. Now watch this. This hit by who's this at the plate? Bruce. This play is so much BS. The ball literally curls around the lip on the plate and stays fair. Like, that's ridiculous.
I believe that was Begley.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
that
was nuts.
So then Harrington comes up, and, you know, to be fair, Meslin might make the worst play of the inning here.
Oh, Nolan would have had it for sure.
Oh yeah, Nolan would have had it, but it's not just.
You could see me like this. I'm like, oh my god, no.
Yeah.
It's not just like he pulls up, and then the throw.
Oh no.
And then Eric actually has a great throw, just a little bit late. It hits him right on the plate, but.
Yeah, very late.
Yeah, but which ball did he hit him with?
They take the lead in the top of the 7th. Oh my god. This is 10 years. This is 10 years in the making.
Okay, little backstory here. Sean Halleck, we all love him, a Vermont High School, great Vermont High School umpire. He goes over to the other umpires saying he got screened out. I want to see the so this was replayed. The umpires paid the $50.
Yeah, that was.
See, watch the plate umpire here. He gets nailed, doesn't see what happened. And by the way, somebody picks up any ball that's there, not the one in the game.
Yeah. Cagey move by Eric, actually. Yeah, that was this was brutal. I mean, as we opened with this.
The ball's under the water cooler right there, the game ball. Yeah.
We had lost a lot of hard pickers, and if we had lost this game like this, I don't know if we would ever come back.
I think I've watched this game
for
maybe twice.
Thanks to Adam Polgren for editing out the 10 minutes, speeding things up here.
Oh, nice.
It was a long delay. So what they end up deciding is that the ball's dead once the ball goes under the bench, but the run still scores.
Now I remember that
to win it.
I remember that delay, just like in the moment, felt like it took like forever, like 20 minutes. Like looking back, like I've watched the game before, it really was only like a few minutes, but just like, you're just thinking about what just happened. And anyway, I'm sure for Kyle, it felt like 2 hours. But
yeah, felt like a long time.
Yeah, the replay, $50. Larry Riegert, I think, plunked it down.
Well, to be clear, Larry owed us for that $50. So.
That's my background, by the way, is that play.
Yeah.
for those of you that didn't know.
Shout out to Kevin O'Connor and also Tucker's mom, Kathy Kohlasch, who both got incredible pictures of this drop that will live on in infamy.
I mean, you could see we're like butting into each other.
Oh yeah, no, it's a tough play. Like I don't know who makes it.
But just so you know, the next year, Patrick Collins in the outfield made an error that opened the door for Staten Island, for Staten Island. Then Patrick won it with a walk-off home run.
Yeah,
so,
and a long time coming for that squad too.
Yeah, Tucker beat me to it.
What was it?
You beat me to the walk-off.
Oh.
I do remember after the game that you said, even though you're happy, you were mad you didn't get a chance to get up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was very mad. I think I was up next, right?
Yeah. After the drop, like.
Yeah. I just wanted a chance.
Yeah. Can't blame you.
I was feeling like we were toast. I didn't want to say that out loud, but that was brutal.
I mean, we'll see what happens, but no, I don't know. I honestly, like, I wasn't, like, seriously, just like we were the home team. I don't know, something about it. Just obviously it was so tough in the moment, but I think we were talking about earlier. I think it would have been helpful. I think we were all just so tense, especially after the little hit too, like the one that was rolling around. I think like having a quick little break for us, like would have been, like a quick timeout. I mean, that's hindsight. Like you don't really know in the moment, but like you said earlier about challenging like the play at third, just to give us that breather, like that might have been nice.
Yeah, this probably does help us really regret here.
Can you call a team timeout?
Yeah, we went at one point. We went over to talk about it and just said, "All right, there's nothing we can do about this. Let's, all coach speak."
Yeah.
So nothing special.
It's so funny how into wiffle ball we are.
How many viewers do we have right now?
Bruce?
I was just making that up the other. We have quite a few though, based on the texts and emails I'm getting.
Oh, good.
There's no way to track it though.
A lot of those texts probably say, "Get Mario off. Do not have him on Sunday."
Actually, it said Mario does talk a lot. The last one.
This is not news to anybody.
But thanks for joining on. I know there's no, without the real tournament this year, we've done a great job with fundraising. And this component may be something we do rehash some things, say in like January or February of the year, of the off season too, as well, with technology like this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's always fun. This is great.
And it's the same with the MLB The Show tournament that Mike Baling has put on, where you guys actually will play will be a team itself to play against another guy.
I'm tuning in tomorrow at 6:45. RH United plays.
Yeah, I think
nice.
we have the game right after you.
Yeah, that was great.
That was pretty cool.
One thing, this game is obviously a very good game, but there are a lot of great games that aren't championship games, and so it would be good to rehash a lot of them. And so that would be good if we can get it going.
Mm-hmm. So this one wasn't skipped then. This is a long break.
This is quite the break.
I thought it was. When I uploaded the games to YouTube. It seemed a little quicker.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. Hey, shout out to Pete Gordon out there, umpire.
Mark Tremblay is the third umpire. Mark has been a regular umpire. Last year, we missed him because he was the Vermont umpire at the Little League regionals in Bristol, Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
He was picked the Vermont umpire, one from each state. And I believe he did go to Williamsport.
So we should point out here that one of the breaks we caught is that the umpire and everybody in the park lost track of the balls and strikes. This batter strikes out on 2 strikes instead of 3.
It does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, seriously. Even Eric, you'll see. Eric,
all right, so that's 1 ball. 1 ball.
Yeah, 1 ball.
Yeah, you've got the
One and one.
score box has the correct count.
1 and 1. Yeah. 2 and 1.
All of them unearned after the pop-up on Tom Fratto with 2 outs was dropped.
3-1.
Just a bit outside.
Oh my god!
I
think I'm delayed on you guys. I saw that late.
All right, so here's the ultimate pitch.
Oh, so yeah, it is 3-1.
It's the batter that.
Oh yeah.
Because even Eric is like, wait, what? Like he's confused.
Oh yeah, he walked off. That's why the umpire was like, oh.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
The umpire didn't ring him up. He just pointed strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the batter. Yeah,
It was the batter. Yeah, the batter just walked off. He's like, oh, I'm done. Maybe he just didn't want to face you anymore, Kirk.
Yeah, I mean it was coming anyway.
Yeah.
It was coming anyway. So.
Had to have been.
all right, here's our
Pitch is
pep
too
talk.
good.
So I'm sure I said something magical here.
Who's the guy not listening who's leading off?
John.
Yeah, John's in his own world out here.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Johnny.
For good
He's
reason.
like, all Johnny's thinking, I'm going to hit a home run.
Time to get the team on the
That's
board
it.
here. Get them back.
Yo, Gina, take that camera. I'm about to hit a homer.
We're not losing. We're not losing this game.
Yeah. John's a guy you want on your squad, man.
Oh, he's a character. I love Johnny.
Yeah.
And he loves
So,
the
Tuck,
foundation and everything.
Tucker, you are somebody in your life when you were younger, definitely dealt with a lot of sports anxiety. So, but here you're calm and cool. So what changed to give you confidence coming up here?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm saying it now. I said it earlier too. Like I really did just have a feeling that we were going to come back. I don't know if it's just like the confidence of being the home team, but just, I mean, you'll see. I'm kind of a first pitch swinger, so I just knew I was just hoping he was going to try to get ahead, and he kind of put one over the plate.
Oh, I was so happy.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look, you can see me. I am so happy. You don't understand. Like I think that's the happiest I've ever been in my entire life.
Watch the pitcher. Watch the pitcher. He knew it was gone right off.
Well, and that wasn't a bad pitch that Tucker hit either.
No, it wasn't.
I knew that's all we needed. Like once we got that, once we could tie it up, it's like okay, we got this.
Yeah, no, I was ecstatic. You know, and just speaking, you know, I led this off talking about, you know, getting this group of friends and getting to win together, but that one was pretty special for me too. You know, Tucker's dad played with us in the first tournament, and he passed away several years ago, and it was just really cool to see Tucker, who I knew as a 6-year-old. Oh, almost a homer there.
He almost won.
I was jumping like up and down. I was like,
yeah, he almost walked it up. I thought he did. Yep.
But it was pretty special for me, you know, as you know, someone who's seen Tucker grow up to hit that dinger. It was, you know, getting a little dusty in here. So thanks for being on the squad, Tuck.
MVP. MVP.
And really saved his butt in the fundraising too. So we
Tucker dominates fundraising. Yeah.
I hate to say it, but that factors into the MVP a little bit. I'm just throwing it out there.
I have to shout out my team too. My older sister and younger sister, and my older sister's boyfriend Andrew. Like we've all, especially just the last couple of years, especially like really, you know, like we're doing some events in New York City and everything. We've definitely been stepping it up together. So they, you know, they're a huge part of that. Kendall, Count, and Andrew, for sure.
Fundraising, good fundraising takes a team, like a village. It can't just be one person.
Here's Greg. I think Greg is clutch on this at bat, right?
Yeah, this is huge.
Like he I think he gets on this one with a solid. Yeah. Hit.
It's the Greiner Oppo swing.
Mm-hmm. Almost done. Can you please? Yeah, this is a tough at bat for sure.
Tucker, I had the privilege of calling one of your sister's St. Lawrence basketball games at Middlebury.
Oh, really?
Her junior year, yes.
That was actually a nice play by that third baseman too. I mean, just
he just couldn't make the throw. Yep.
He had more time. He rushed it. Like because Greg.
This is super important though. This like him getting on was huge for us.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, so finally we put in Garrett as a pinch runner here, which really pays off big dividends. All right, so here's Super Brog. who also is mad that we have to move this out back. Brog takes a massive cut, and I think on this pitch, and you're just like, oh, this kid has no chance.
I like it when Larry is alone and he does that. He runs down there and goes, no.
That's a good swing there.
It's a great swing.
Kind of hanging.
When you're tied in extra innings, you've got to swing like that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Does he hit it off the wall here?
Top of the wall.
Yeah.
I feel like he hits it off the wall. Yeah, he almost
He
goes
was so close.
He thinks he gets it. He should.
Yeah, so close.
That's
He
it.
does the
Oh my God! Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, he's so mad.
Yep. He thought he got it.
A good base running. Good
Great
base running
close-up.
by Garrett to get to second because that ball could have been caught.
Garrett loves base running. He'll dive head first to every base.
That's
First
right.
base.
All right,
So,
here we
I
go,
mean,
guys.
And then this is Neslin coming up, who's just owned Harrington all game. And watch the, I think it's the 3-1 or the 2-1, I think. He does
hits him on the arm.
Classic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's known for that one.
My favorite question when I know the answer to that.
Oh yeah.
No, that wasn't the one.
No.
It's also hard to pull that when you stand so far from the plate.
Oh yeah, I'm up next. Yeah, I'm thinking like, oh come on, Robbie, walk.
Oh, look at that.
That's all I'm thinking.
So this is it. And if you watch closely, watch Brog dive in the second because he evades a sure out.
Struggling with the sun. This one
yeah.
Just misses him.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Kills.
I asked, that's Sean in right, and I asked him, like, did you think you were going to get him? He's like, yeah, I couldn't believe that it missed him.
We win.
Yeah. This is honestly like a top 5 happiest moment in my life right here. I just remember being elated.
I remember you saying that this was the best moment of your life, and then your wife looking at you, Brooke, was very angry.
Backtrack that one real quick.
It's, you ain't wrong. That's me.
I love Tucker in this moment. Thank you, Tucker. Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man,
hated Robbie for not giving you a crack, but
I know. Oh, pissed at Robbie. Oh, so angry at Robbie.
And Garrett, the first person I think to shake Garrett's hand was me because he came flying around and right up into our table. You know?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was big.
This was a good one.
Yeah.
This is a good
Hey,
one.
thank you very much, guys. Kyle Greiner now with Rally Hoops. Kyle, we'll maybe see you Saturday as well for the RH United presentation.
Definitely.
Or
yeah,
I haven't heard from
that'd be
Frenchie
great.
yet, so we've got a lot of Sam Polgreen highlights.
Awesome.
Tucker and Kirk, thank you very much. And, of course, Mario, thanks very much as well.
Thank you, Bruce.
A tip of the hat to PAC Network, of course, New England Federal Credit Union, ShorePoint Capital Partners, Duncan, Carmelo Realty, Vermont Tent, Bolton Valley Resort, the Windjammer Group as well, the Wall Doctor, of course, Smuggler's Notch Resort, the Essex Resort and Spa, as well as WIFFLE Inc. It's been a great opening night here of the 2020 Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball Tournament. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Let me just pull up the action for tomorrow. I should have all this stuff memorized by now, but I don't. A triple header starting at 7 p.m. with Staten Island and the Blue Bulls. And then the rematch in 2011 championship game. Then the rematch in 2018, the Blue Bulls and Staten Island. And wrap it up with on Thursday's action with the Boston Beef and Crusaders. Once again, thanks for joining us here on PAC Network, the official home of the Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball Tournament. Day 1 in the books. We'll be back tomorrow night. Once again, thank you to our sponsors. Check out the silent auction. And it's still time to donate to the Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball Tournament. It's a great cause. Thanks very much for joining us. Have a great evening.